Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to talk about a new film which I watched last week, came out in 2016, which is called Hidden Figures. I'm sure you've already heard about this film already. It was something that came up with a little bit of Oscar buzz. Quite an interesting film to go and see, so I was really pleased to get a chance to have this come back into my local cinema because I missed it the first time round. But they brought it back in as part of a sort of Oscar weekend type stuff, and compared to the other things that were around, I felt it was something worth going to have a little look at. I'd heard good things about the film. Like I said, it's from 2016. The film was directed by Theodore Melfi and stars Taraji Henson. I think I got that name right. Apologies if I haven't. As a young black woman, widowed, with children, based out of Virginia during the 1960s. The film's set around 1961, and she's working in NASA. The film's about three main characters who go through a journey within NASA that takes them from, let's say, being undervalued within their various areas based on their race to a place of recognition. I won't say anything more than that about the film. For me, what was quite interesting about the film was how it juxtaposed a film I watched earlier this year, which was Selma. So I saw Selma earlier the year. I really liked the film. I thought it had some fantastic performances. It told such a great story. And what was interesting about this film is that while the performances were, I thought again, very good, and they happened around about the same time, dealt with very sort of similar matters. The civil rights movement is quite prominent within the film. It came at it from a very slightly different angle. So instead of the sort of seriousness of the Selma approach, which was absolutely in keeping with the subject matter of that film, what I felt was interesting about Hidden Figures was that it kind of took a very different slant, approaching it from an all-female direction, which was excellent, really, really good to see. And it had an awful lot more humour and, let's say, moments with a bit more heart in them. The one thing I'd say is the film's very feel-good. Having actually seen this film, I know going back and doing some research on the film, it does move slightly away from the original material. So the actual story of the lives of these women takes place in over some different years. It's not happening in exactly the same way. A number of the main characters of the films have been kind of swapped out, or replaced, or kind of tweaked, or amalgamated together, so it's not exactly true to fact. However, what the film did first and foremost was what it's supposed to do, which was it got me interested in the story. And because I was interested in the story, I went back and I looked into the information myself and I found out the information. So for me, although the film doesn't stick exactly to the facts and the history of what happened in the lives of these three women, what it does do is it tells a really, really great story in a way that gets you interested in those lives and led me to go back and look it up, and now I know better. Had the film been maybe slightly more methodical, slightly more dour, slightly more plodding in its approach, I probably wouldn't have had the interest necessarily to go out and find out about this in more detail. So in that, for me, it was really successful. I gave the film an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a great film. I thought it had a lot to recommend itself. The acting's really good. It's not dark material in any particular way. It deals with important discussion points that are still going on within our society today, but it deals with it in a way that is interesting, fun, a little bit light-hearted in moments, whilst reflecting on the reality of that situation. And for that, really great film, well worth a watch. So, have you seen Hidden Figures? Do you like it? Is it something you'll be interested in or not at all? If so, please let me know in the comments down below. I look forward to hearing from you. Yeah, and if there's anything you want to ask me about the film, then by all means do so. Okay. Lovely to talk to you again. Thanks so much, and bye! Bye!